Good afternoon, everybody in Australia, and good evening to people in North America. This is Danish, and we are doing weekly chart review for major indices, followed by Q&A session in regards to weekly wheel option, starting with S&P 500 futures. If we look at the weekly chart, we have had big bull run for the last 7 weeks. This 7 weeks bull run is something very similar to what happened here in June. 8 weeks bull run here. We had an 8-week bull run here, 7-week bull run here without a break. So even though this particular week was a red week, but it was essentially a red week on the way up. So this is just a big fat bull run, one single bull run. So I'm anticipating that there would be some sort of correction in the coming week, a healthy correction. And if that does not happen, then there would be even a stronger one the week after. But most likely this week we would see some correction happening, and ES would likely test lower 4,000s. Also to be noted here is that there was a gap up in this particular 2 weeks back candle, and there was a gap here, and we may come back to test this gap. Quickly going to NASDAQ. NASDAQ is just above the neckline here, and 14,194 seems to be the resistance that it will feel. So maybe this will go up for a couple of days, hit the resistance, and then come back to test 13,700 or a bit lower. Maybe this level of 13,600-ish, 13,600 to 500-ish is what I anticipate that NASDAQ may pull back before we move up any further. So this pullback would be a healthy pullback, and this would be taking a step back to leap forward. But for people who are trading in options, this is a very good time to bring in extra bonus cash for this coming week, and probably one more week after that. I'm going to Russell. Russell is in perfect consolidation phase. This would just continue until May first week, or maybe April last week. This is just a repetition of what happened here. So people who are trading in Russell-based ETFs, this would be a very good yield period this in the coming few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So we are good on Russell. Absolutely consolidating, and then we will see a bull run in Russell sometime in May, mid of May. Quickly going over Dow Jones. Dow Jones is also experiencing similar bull run like ES, and again this may test 34,286 before it comes back and to 33,000-ish level. So move up, pull back, and then move up again. This would be the way forward for Jones. All the major indices kind of correlate with each other to some extent, and especially when ES has a pullback, the other indices do show the same effect as well. Now quickly going over Australian Securities Exchange. For the people in Australia, this is nicely snug into the channel right now, but also this is just below the all-time high before the COVID crash at 7,197, 7,100. That's a very strong resistance right here. And when the US markets show the pullback, this would experience similar pullback as well as because of its own reason, it has to cross this mark. Once it crosses this mark, then the new bull phase in Australian market would start, just like the US markets are experiencing right now. But until then, we are still below the watermark from 2020 January. To Nifty, people who invest in India. Nifty is consolidating, and now, as of this week, it just took support from bottom of this channel and also 14,207. So most likely this week would be a doji week, the coming week, just around 14,700-ish level to 15,000-ish level right here. This would be the range for this particular candle, and probably if the US market continues downward trend for an extended period, we may move out of this channel just like XJO did for a duration and then move back up inside. XJO is Australian Securities Exchange. So like this guy moved out for a duration and then moved back in. We may see something similar happen in Nifty index of India. Something similar happen. Go out and then come back in. So that's it for me today. You can unmute yourself and ask any questions that you may have.